Hi, it's Natalie from Teachable Heart. I'm going to do tutorial video number 1 about the Prayer Changes Everything adult coloring book. So download the file from Etsy for $5. Get your master copies printed out. This is the prayer binder cover. This is what it looks like, not colored. And this is it colored. We have it taped onto the binder, and we used some pretty tape. A tip for coloring: if you're timid about picking out the colors or what color to use, where do I start? If you have pretty tape, just take the colors from there. So we took this color scheme and copied it onto here. So that's one way of getting started if you're a little bit timid. The other thing I want to remind you is, while you're coloring this, be praying as you color. So prayer changes everything. That's the little logo in the middle. You could be praying, Father God, as I prepare my prayer binder, I pray that you would give me a heart that walks in the attitude of prayer. Give me a heart that is seeking you in prayer. Give me a heart that prays strategically and on a regular basis. Give me a heart that is disciplined, that I can pray every day, take time to pray. Father God, give me times through the day when I'm driving through the car and I see a red light, remind me, stop and pray. If I hear a siren, stop and pray for the police or the firemen, or if somebody's been in a car accident, or if they've been, if a fire truck is going by, pray for those families. Be praying that God shows you little cues throughout the day to pray. Be praying that, as I said, you would be disciplined in prayer, and that your heart would be expecting and looking for answer to prayer. All these things you can meditate on as you pray. Then the next thing you're going to do after you get it all colored, and you've been praying while you colored, you're going to laminate the cover. I like using clear packing tape because it's only like inch and wide. I don't know, I'm not very good with inches, but it's not very big, and it's thin and it's easy to work with. So what I would do is just pull a piece wide enough for my binder. I start pressing down from the center outward, and from the center outward again, and then just quickly cut it off. I always fold a little tab on my tape so I don't lose the edge. Set that aside, and then you can trim off the excess. And once you trim it off, you can just use your finger to smoothen that out. If there's a little bump there, because the packing tape is thin, it works very well with getting all the lumps and bumps out. And again, just trim it. So that's pretty much the cover. Just tape it to your binder, color it, pray while you color, and laminate it on your cover. And you're ready to get started with your prayer binder. Now, because that was such a short tutorial, I thought what you might enjoy is to look at my Bible journaling, and I'll just show you a couple of entries that I did. The first one, Psalm 91. I drew wings because I really, really love this verse. Whoever goes to the Lord for safety, whoever remains under the protection of the Almighty, can say to him, you are my defender and protector. You are my God. In you I trust. He will keep you safe from all hidden dangers and from all deadly diseases. He will cover you with his wings. You will be safe in his care. His faithfulness will protect you and defend you. Love that passage. And so I put the wings there. And as I was praying that for myself, a prayer of protection, I'm journaling in my Bible, and doing this illustrated, and in my prayer binder I have that verse written out in a personal prayer. This is Proverbs chapter 31, the capable wife. This is my butterfly, and if you know me, you know I love butterflies, this idea of being transformed. So being transformed by the renewing of your mind is Romans chapter 12, verse 2. And I associate that with the capable wife. This is what I want God to transform me into. In fact, in my Bible, I have all my transformation verses all tagged with a little butterfly. So all these little butterfly tags that are simply two little stickers stuck together. Those are my transformation verses. For example, the righteous are like a light shining brightly. I want to be a light. The teaching, that was for my kids. This one, beauty in a woman without good judgment is like a gold ring in a pig's snout. I want to be a woman with good judgment. That's where I want to put, I want that inner beauty. I want to be somebody of good judgment. Transform me, renew my mind, transform me into that. Show me the scriptures that I need to know. That's all prayed out in my prayer binder, right? A gracious woman is respected, but a woman without virtue is a disgrace. I want to be a gracious woman. I want to be a righteous woman. I want to be that light. So those are my transformation verses. And they're all based on that one. As I did that butterfly in 31, where did I put that again? 31. When I did that butterfly, I was reading Proverbs at the time. I was doing a reading challenge for that. So I kept on thinking about those things and finding all these transformation verses. By the time I got to the end of the book, and the end of the last chapter in that book, that's when I did the butterfly. In this Bible that I bought, I got it for $2.99 at a Bibles for Missions store. It was a Today's English version, which I had never read through. So I did a Bible reading challenge. And in this Bible, there were little illustrations that I could color and incorporate into my Bible journaling. And at the time, I was doing a reading challenge about faith. And this was one of the passages I found, this fireproof faith being tested. So here's my flames. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, and Jesus in the fire. One of my favorite Bible stories, especially from the Old Testament. This is my tomb picture. So this is the resurrection in the empty tomb, and he is risen. Another favorite passage, the word of life, all through here, just and Jesus being the light. So that's why it's all yellow and the sunshine. Another favorite passage, Romans chapter 12, 11 and 12, and this idea of being grafted in. Chapter 11 about being grafted into the vine, and life in God's service, growing constantly. Love the idea of a tree representing that. So as I was reading through these chapters, that's what I was meditating on, and that's what I illustrated there. The love chapter from 1 Corinthians chapter 13 and 14. My exploding heart. Love is patient and kind. It is not jealous or conceited or proud. Love is not ill-mannered or selfish or irritable. Love does not keep a record of wrongs. Love is not happy with evil, but is happy with the truth. Love never gives up, and its faith hope, and patience never fail. Love is eternal. So there's my exploding heart and the word love. It is love then that you should strive for. Set your hearts on spiritual gifts, especially the gift of proclaiming God's message. Love that verse, so I put love down the side there. Another favorite passage, Hebrews chapter 11, the faith chapter. And I have the word faith across here and my cup of tea and the word steep. And like a tea bag, the longer a tea bag steeps in the cup, the stronger the tea. So the longer we steep in our faith and we meditate on our faith and we think about our faith and we think about all the things that God's done, then we get stronger. So that's just a few of the entries from my Bible journaling. And here's evidence of my first prayer journaling and how I had taped that in here. So at the back of my Bible, there was a blank page, and then there's things like word lists, passages, different maps and stuff like that. So here's where I journaled my first prayers. And I just taped an index card. And I strengthened the thin pages with the backing tape. Another reason why I love to have backing tape in my little tool box for that, to strengthen the page. So, that's a real quick walkthrough of my Bible journaling and a quick tutorial on how to do your prayer binder cover. I hope that blesses you and encourages you, and God bless.